How exciting is this? But first, tell us, is this about humans possibly living on Europa or something else?
It's more likely to be about something else. While there are a number of places that have been explored for or thought about in terms of potential future human habitation, Mars, for example, somewhere like Europa, where the habitable conditions are likely to be under the surface in that ocean that you mentioned, really we're thinking about this in terms of, is it possible that there might be some other form of life underneath there? Are the conditions suitable for that?
So the ice is about 25 kilometers thick, not 25 meters, 25 kilometers. What will the probe be looking for in terms of life possibly existing? What are the ingredients that it needs to look for?
Well, the first main ingredient that life needs is water. So we're reasonably confident that Europa has plenty of that. The second ingredient is energy. Europa doesn't get very much sunlight, and certainly any life in the ocean underneath there isn't going to be getting any sunlight. So it needs another source of energy. We think that comes from gravitational forces caused by Jupiter, sort of stretching and flexing Europa and sort of giving some geothermal energy from underneath the ocean. And the third material really is sort of the raw ingredients, the chemistry that's needed for life. And that's sort of one of the main goals that Clipper is going to be looking for. Do the chemicals that life relies on, things like sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, do they exist in that subsurface ocean? There's some evidence already from previous missions and previous observations that those chemicals do exist there. But really, Clipper's going to be trying to confirm that they're there and in the sort of abundances, the amounts that the life really needs.
If life were to be found, or indeed if those ingredients were to be found that would mean that life could exist, you as a scientist, what would that do to you philosophically?
So that's an interesting question. Yes, I think that well, for a start, it would be incredibly exciting. So far, we only have hints that there are these other potentially habitable locations in the solar system, let alone further afield. So having confirmation of that sort of really changes the way we think about habitation. Having confirmation that conditions can exist in quite different ways in different bodies, different planets, different moons, could be a real game changer. I think for me, it would be incredibly exciting.
I think it would be absolutely mind-blowing for everybody. David Brown, thank you so much, David.